Take a look at this. You can see how the DOT put all these rocks here. This area obviously has a lot of flooding over as a result of the beavers plugging up this pipe. See all that debris downstream from every time they unplug it gets released. And look at the damage here to the road. A lot of road damage caused by angry beavers. Maybe that's a town name, Mayfield. Not exactly sure. Ooh, look at this. That excavator operator really went at this one. So that's why this is being held up. It doesn't have full capacity. Oh look, there's the beaver lodge right there. Very, very clean water. Barely anything in front of it. Look at that. We can't do anything here. Or can we? No, that excavator driver really messed this one up. Needs to be replaced. Or at the very least, the end of it cut off temporarily. Pipe looks too small. It hasn't rained in a couple days. It shouldn't still be this high. Just to get into perspective of how much this floods and how that culvert is severely undersized despite the damage or not. You can see all the way up right here, probably that's about 20-30 feet beyond that last cone, is eroded all the way down here. And if we come over here, there's erosion damage. You can see the rocks getting put down here, probably beyond that telephone pole. This flood is so big, the amount of water that crosses this street. I think they should literally have a pipe here that's probably 6 feet, or even a small bridge. It's ridiculous how small that pipe is based on this erosion evidence. See all these sticks right here that cross the street? And these sticks right here, it's a good 60 feet from that pipe. Right now we're in Beaver territory, checking out these culvert pipes. By the looks of it, they were just installed recently. That pavement's very new. Doesn't look like they compacted it correctly. It's sinking a whole ton. Got 2 culvert pipes put in here. This was probably an emergency repair done really fast because of a washout caused by the beavers. Look at all the debris downstream from the last time the DOT has broken this. There might even be another culvert further down, but let's go show you what's happening on the other side. Whole swamp right here is flooded. You can tell this thing has gone a couple feet deeper at times by the lines on trees, and this is gonna kill the trees. Look at that. All the pine trees I see in here have orange needles. They are definitely dying from the swamp. But let's go in here and try to remove a little bit of this blockage. It's not severe, it's getting through, but it's getting worse. Beavers. Woo! All right, here we go. right, everyone, just a few minutes of work definitely improved it. This is one of those jobs a rake just won't do. You need your fingers, glove or not, to pick everything off because it's all intertwined in every single bar. Just move it around a bit. Most of it will just pass right through. Occasionally you get some bigger sticks, bigger debris, you gotta throw it to the side. We definitely improved it a bit. Now it's flowing to its max. Pretty cool. You can definitely see a little bit of idiot with excavator damage. You see right there on the pipe, but this looks like it was an emergency repair and they're probably not done with it yet. And here's what it looks like after. We definitely sped that up just a little bit. Nice. And by the looks of it, there's no new debris over there. Just stuff that floated up to it basically is what they after an incident like this washing out the road, I'm sure they relocated those pesky beavers. I think this looks really cool, this road. They didn't paint the yellow line yet. I think this looks interesting. Right here we're at this culvert, and it actually sounds pretty nice in there if you listen carefully. We're going to remove a minor blockage on the entrance. Right here you see this beaver grate laying on the ground. That's because they don't want beavers going up the exiting end, because they'll still go in there and cause a dam, especially in the summertime. Judging by that watermark, the water's typically higher and probably not moving as much. They can go in there and easily build a dam, causing a big problem. Let's go across the street. Woo! All right, here we are on the other side. This doesn't look like the same culvert. This end looks like it's in too well of condition. They must have replaced only this half of it. We're going to remove the small blockage. I don't see any kind of beaver lodge here. I'm kind of surprised that we don't actually see one. We're just going to quickly remove this little bit. That'll get a little bit flow going on the other side, and it'll drop this maybe 3 inches or so. So peaceful out here in the middle of nowhere. I would love to see what the pesky beavers do in the summertime at this location. I bet it's bad. Now looking inside the pipe, I can see way down in there that there is a frost heave that pushed down into the pipe. They don't always go up. If there's a culvert there, it'll take the least resistance path. Just that little bit got the flow so much more on the other side. Right next to that culvert pipe, does anyone know what this could be? It looks like it's been here for a little while. Big galvanized pole. And on the end of it is what looks like a rim and tire. And that's exactly what it is. Does anyone know what that could be used for? Wow, there's still snow here. And it's almost May. Further down on the same road, obviously it's got darker now. This one's pretty cool. The DOT, for whatever reason, has lifted the grate out of the way. If we go down here, that's one awesome, really thick iron pipe. The other end is really sunken. Look at that. Wonder if that's caused by a beaver dam or not. Let's go across the street and see. Look what years of road salt has done. This used to be a nice square entrance. Road salt has just destroyed it. That's one thick culvert. Just to show you guys how thick it is. Look at this. This is like 3 inches thick, at least. On the other side, here's where the pipe comes out. Barely any of it is showing. But if we come over here, ooh, there's some nice moose tracks. You can hear water trickling off of a beaver dam. Yeah, the beavers caused that to back up a bit, but it's not causing a flow problem at all. It kind of looks like a scary face, right? Kinda. This is a really fun guardrail. Look at this. You can kind of bounce on it because of these big springs. Got a bunch of excavator damage on this culvert. Look at that. Contributing to a clog. Here's a big pile of debris. Beavers sometimes cause problems in this culvert, I see. You can even see they're making a beaver dam going across. That's what that is. Which is not a big problem unless it's actually in the pipe, but it could break during a storm and then plug the pipe, possibly. These are very nice culverts. Extremely nice quality. Take a look at this really cool beaver structure they've set up. Multiple forms of fencing. You can see the beavers have been building on it. The water in this pond is probably at least a foot above where it's supposed to be as a result. Look at all this sludge over here in the corner. Fishing lures too. Or at least a bobber. No fish hook, just the bobber. Definitely a lot of beavers building out there around it. Wow. Maybe someone threw those there. I'm going to assume somebody threw those there. I don't see any evidence the water ever got that high to place those sticks. There'd probably be all kinds of dried up sludge too, like you're seeing around here. This thing gets really deep, I bet. Yeah, there's no way we can go near that. Anyways, cool though. Sludgy. Let's go check out the discharging end. Coming down the other side. Awesome, look at this. Isn't that cool? Baffles. Slows down the water so it doesn't destroy the banks downstream. When this thing's flowing much higher, it will smash into that wall. Some of it will even come up over the top by the growth of moss and grass. Doesn't look like it ever gets to that extent. Looking downstream, rarely gets really high. You can see up here to the leave line, it's typically its high point. That's one tiny pipe. I actually expected a tunnel big enough to walk through, but they're using the forces of pressure. That structure over there that you saw the water pouring into must go into a super deep hole where it can be pressurized through a smaller pipe if need be. And across the way there, you saw that structure with the manhole cover. Most likely a valve in there so you could drain the entire pond if you needed to through this pipe. And here's the spillway. just stopped to use the porta potty. But it appears the beavers have stolen one of the park's oak trees. Look at that. Gone without a trace. Off to the river. And now there are other fences. They got to put these little guards up to protect against that. Ouch, I'm too tall. I hit my head really hard on the porta potty door. This river is so cool. Japanese knotweed control experiment. This stuff is so invasive. I really hate this plant. What it does is it takes over the entire forest floor near water, preventing any seedlings from growing. So once the mature trees and plants die off, that's all that's left. It's a beautiful beach. Wow. Love to come swimming here sometime. Unfortunately, some low-class individuals just leave their stuff lying around for the river to take away. I'm gonna pick that up. Beautiful sandy waters. Rope swing across there. Got beavers somewhere. Hey everyone, we're here at this culvert checking it out. The other side looks kind of flooded out, but I think it's just at capacity. That guy right there stopped and talked to me for a few moments, asking what I was doing, telling him I'm taking pictures and I photograph infrastructure, and as I go along, see what problems we can solve. He said he is an educator going to that park to meet children this weekend. Now I'm looking at this thing. It doesn't appear to have any kind of blockage on it. It appears to be almost at capacity. Yep, had some recent rain, that would explain this. This is one of those culverts. It's pretty dangerous to get near that. If I tried walking in front of that, it would most likely pull me in. Let's take a look at it from up above. Yeah, I can see all the way down to the bottom. There's nothing there, it's just at capacity. Now, in this situation, this culvert could benefit from a structure that would force it in. A angled opening would be able to fit twice as much through the same pipe, and it wouldn't be all the way near the top. It would work out much better.